Okay, so this is the second part. And the second part, you're going to be using some multiplication. Okay, so you're distributing. So in the first example, we're distributing the 5. So you do 5 times 8n and then 5 times 4. Now, make sure that you are getting the variables right if there are variables. Like, for example, 5 times 8n, you would just do 5 times 8, which is 40. But then the n comes along for the ride. So 40n, and then 5 times 4 is 20, like so. Now look at this example. This is one is missed by quite a few people. You do 7 times 7, which is 49. Okay. And then we have n to the second times n to the first. Well, you actually add the exponents. So you get, there are 3 n's, n to the third. Then for the next one, we have 7 times 8, which is 56. And the n squared comes along for the ride. Okay, you don't need like terms when you're multiplying. Basically, what you do is you multiply the big numbers. So 6 times 4 is 24. And you add the exponent. So that's n to the first and n to the first. You add them. So that becomes n to the second. And then minus 24n. Now, for these, we're going to use what we learned as, it's called FOIL. And FOIL is just an acronym for, you have two binomials. Binomials. You're going to multiply the first term of each. So 5m times 7m is 35m squared, right? We have an m to the first and an m to the first. We add the exponent, so it's 35m squared. You're going to multiply the outer term, so that's 5m times negative 2, which is negative 10m. Okay. You're going to multiply the inner, that's the I. 2 times 7m is 14m. And then you're going to multiply the last terms. That's the L. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. If you do this correctly, you should be able to, you should have like terms in the middle. You need to combine them. You can't leave it like it was there. You have to say, okay, that's 35m squared minus 10 plus 14m is 4m, and then minus 4. Okay. Now, we can't combine any of those. That's as far as we can go because you have an 35m squared, a 4m, and a negative 4. So they don't combine. That's as far as you go. So again, first, outer, inner, last. Now for these, you're just multiplying one term times each of these. Okay, so 5 times 6r is 30r squared. 5 times 8r is plus 40r. And then 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Okay. For this one, make sure that you are distributing 8x each time. So 8x times 8x squared, 8 times 8 is 64. Then we have x's and we add the exponents. So what would that be? Hopefully you said 64x cubed. Okay. Even though there's not a 1 there for the x, it is there. Hope that helps.